Hello everyone, Max Stratton here again. Today we're going to be discussing from our Leadership and Communication Perspective textbook on Chapter 6, which is titled Leadership and Influence. To open up the chapter, it starts off with a quote, "Leadership is serious meddling in other people's lives" by Max De Pree. Give you a quick overview of the chapter before I give you key examples. First, we start off with credibility, the key to successful influence, dimensions and challenges of credibility, and building your credibility. I'll go into detail through that first segment. And then next is compliant gaining strategies, managerial influence tactics, upward descent. Then after that is developing argumentative competence, the leader as negotiator. And then from that, it's creating a cooperative climate, perspective talking skills, negotiating as joint problem solving. And then ending is resisting influence, defending against the power of mental shortcuts. So, in that first section, credibility, the key to success, to successful influence, there are dimensions and challenges of credibility. And I'll give you a list of 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And first is competence, next is trustworthiness, dynamism, self-presentation behaviors, language, and physical appearance. First of all, always, the competence can be defined as knowledge of the topic at hand, intelligence. You have to know exactly what you're talking about in order to give a speech on it. Your sources all need to be credible. You have to be trustworthy, your character, honesty and consistency. That's a big one. Dynamism refers to perceptions of a source, confidence, activity, and assertiveness. Always be assertive when you're speaking. That way, they believe you, they trust you, they know that you know what you're talking about. Next is building your credibility. In order to do that, your self-presentation behaviors, your language, your physical appearance, and other nonverbal behaviors need to be on point. Show up in proper attire when you're presenting. You need to act cool and calm and collected. Know exactly what to do and how to do it. Your language, avoid anything, your your just like that. Make sure you use common, clear, and proper grammar and vocab. Your physical appearance and other nonverbal behaviors. Maintain eye contact, dress properly, look the part. So after that, we go towards, here we go, the leader as a negotiator. So there are several different things you could do when negotiating. The good cop, bad cop, we all know that role. We know how to play that role. We've seen it, and it says that the book, we've seen it in Law & Order, SVU. Someone goes in for interrogation, and one tries to help, one tries to, break you down. Bad faith negotiation, the other party states that he or she is willing to collaborate, but is really just stalling for time, or looking for more information to use against you later. There's a lack of authority. Your counterpart claims that the third party who doesn't participate in the discussion must approve agreements. That's a big one. If this technique is common at like auto dealerships where salespeople turn to the sales manager for approval. You have to look at someone to be able to say yes. Inaccurate data and information overload. Don't when negotiating, just start firing information at them as the negotiator and the leader. So negotiating as a joint problem solving. As joint problem solving, 1, separate the people from the problem. 2, focus on interests, not positions. 3, invent options for mutual gain. And 4, insist on objective criteria. I look back at this first one, separate those people from the problem. Avoid defining the situation as a test of wills. Focus instead on working side by side on a common goal. You have to find common ground. That way you can all work together and succeed. Reciprocation, give and take. You have to reciprocate. If someone gives you something, you have to give them back. It's just like favors. People are obligated to return your favors always. Yeah. And then to wrap it up, a little bit of a, here it is, chapter takeaways. First thing, in my opinion, is the biggest. Credibility, which is built on perceptions of our competence, trustworthiness, and dynamism, is the key to any successful influence attempt. You know, to be confident, people have to trust you in order to think that you're qualified and worth it.